State. And Brent Ward is back in the chair with us this morning. Good morning, sir.
Good morning, Jimmy. How are you this morning?
Start of a busy week for you, I hear.
Yes, it is. I'm trying to get caught up before I have to go to another convention to get learned.
Get learned, yes.
Get learned, yes.
Trying to get caught up. That's a concept I never have mastered.
I haven't either. If you could look at my desk, I keep adding things to it, but I'm not sure if the stuff actually is leaving my desk. I'm not sure.
Are you a pilot? Pilot over here and pilot over there?
Oh, yeah, I am. I got this pile I need to do like right now, and I got this pile I need to get to, and yes, I do that.
My business partner for 36 and a half years is that way, but don't mess with the pile.
That's right.
He knows what's in them.
Yeah, that's what I was getting ready to say. That's the funniest part about it is you know where everything is in your pile.
Yes. Well, you can tell I'm a little bit not that way. I got to have everything where I know where I can put my hand on it.
I had an agent that worked in my office that his pile always streamed over from his desk to his floor.
Yeah.
So he had a huge wide open space, and so if you walked up to his desk, you would have to walk around all these little teeny tiny piles. And he did a lot of foreclosure work, so he had little piles going everywhere. And I know one day he hired a new girl that came in, and so she cleaned up and filed everything. Ooh. And he came to my office one day, and he used an explicit term, but he's just like, "What happened to all my stuff?" And I was like, I think your new girl cleaned up for you.
Right. Somebody has committed a clean in here.
Yeah, exactly. He liked to have a heart attack because that was his life was in the floor.
Absolutely. Voice for Real Estate is what we call this little segment, and it's a presentation of CWTAR, Central West Tennessee Association of Realtors, but sponsored by Leaders Mortgage Services, Allstate Insurance, and Bird Attorneys. Could not do it without their input. And over there behind the curtain, the man with the hand, Paul Schulze, is with us this Monday morning, as always, and we are live. There he is.
There's his hand.
We are live on Facebook at the CWTAR Facebook page. Just go to Facebook Live, click it there. It'll be archived for later perusing.
That's right. It's on our YouTube channel as well, too. So.
Absolutely.
Yep.
Good deal. Good deal.
Yeah, so real estate is not going to be the topic this morning. Believe it or not.
Do you mean we're going to have to go back and start over? Or?
Yeah, well, we don't have to. I mean, it is starting, but no. We have some special guests with us in the studio this morning.
And it will become obvious why it's not exactly about real estate because of your involvement in it.
That's right. We
we
have with us this morning Dr. Sandra D., which
Hello.
I know she's very well known throughout our area because I've seen her out and about, so I know she is. And then she brought with her this morning Eduardo Morales. Is that correct?
Morales.
All right. Did I get that right?
Yes.
All right, cool.
Correct.
And if you can't see him, you need to go Facebook Live. But he's got on his cowboy hat and everything, and a mic in his hand. We're waiting
ready.
for him
He's
to
ready.
stand up, and start belting one out just any minute here. Yeah.
Better you than me, believe me.
Yeah. Me too.
If you'll bring your mics up about that far.
Okay.
There you go.
There you go.
Excellent. Don't hide the face.
Yeah. So we appreciate y'all being with us this morning.
Thank you.
Yes,
We're glad to be here.
I'm sure everybody probably wonders, well, what are you doing here? So let's talk a little bit about it. So we have something coming up in the Jackson area, which I know that we're very proud of to have here. So do you want to talk a little bit about what's coming up?
Yes, that is our 6th Jackson International Food and Art Festival. That is on the last Saturday of this month. That's September 28th from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. at the downtown Jackson Court Square. So we have a lot of things in store for everybody. We have performances, parade of cultures. We have different food vendors, all those things, and things for the kids as well. We have Kids Zone.
Oh, nice. So you said 6th annual. So that means we've done this 6 times.
6 times.
Or you guys have done this 6 times. So I'm assuming this is getting a bigger and bigger each year as we move forward with this?
Yes, indeed. Because the first year that we had that, 6 years ago, we thought that, well, it will just be myself, Eduardo, and Mayor Giss at that time. But we were wondering, maybe it's just the 3 of us. But in fact, we had 2,000 people.
Oh, wow.
The first year.
Year.
It gets bigger and bigger, and last year we have over 10,000.
Over 10,000 people. Yeah, I wish you folks out there could see the video because I've seen the little short production video that was done on behalf, and we have a lot of our realtor members that have attended, and they've talked about how great it was, and the food is amazing from my understanding. And so let's talk a little bit about that. So you'll see all the different cultures, and what type of cultures? I mean, like what are we looking at here?
Well, let me tell you a little bit about the story of this festival.
Okay, perfect.
This festival has the mission to embrace all the cultures, religions, colors, races, all the people from around the world. And this year, we have a lot of realtors, lawyers, doctors, a lot of people from the businesses, professionals, people from home, people from construction. Everybody is coming. Everybody's talking about it, so everybody's excited. We have a lot of special performances we have, which is attracting the kids and the people. Is we have the Brazilian girls. They're gonna dance salsa and samba.
Oh,
And
nice.
then we have
Oh,
the
yeah.
Chinese dragon. Also,
Oh,
we have
that's cool, too.
Mexican band, which is coming from Nashville.
Okay.
They did like it a lot last year, so they coming back.
Awesome,
People
man.
ask us to bring it back, and they coming back.
Awesome.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Now, if they want to see these things, do y'all have a stage or something set up? How does that work?
Yes, we have the stage. They're gonna perform on the stage.
Okay.
And well, we're gonna stay there. A lot of performances gonna be on the stage, and a lot of performances gonna be on the street, down on the floor.
Down on
Yeah.
the. Okay.
We will have the actual schedule. We're working on all of that right now, and it will be posted in our website at www.jifaf.com. We also have a Facebook page, Jackson International Food and Art Festival. So we will be updating those as we have that firmed and finalized.
Okay, awesome. So our involvement and the reason why we have these great people here today is because this year Central West Tennessee Association of Realtors is a sponsor for the International Arts and Food Festival, and we're very excited about it. We talk about it all the time. We've been getting it out in front of our agents. We've been posting it on our Facebook page. It's been on the front of our CWTAR Home Search magazine. There's been a big color ad in the magazine, and of course now you guys are on the radio show with me, so we've been trying to get the word out there and get it out in front of people, because we hope to have a big crowd for you guys this year when you
We
come.
truly appreciate our partnership this year. In fact, this is really great for us and great for you as well. I was bragging even to my folks in the Philippines about it, that the Jackson International Food and Art Festival is everywhere now. I know the magazine doesn't cover several
Yes.
counties, so
Mhm. Nine
I think
counties.
9 counties. So I think that's very important, because when we walk, some people just approach you from nowhere because they know about the festival. And thanks to you for the sponsorship. Mhm.
Well, we try to get it out there, and I think it's something that's really important for our area. We at the association, and Jimmy and I talk about this all the time. And Jimmy's a member of our association, has been for a long time, being an appraiser. We try to give back to the community. We try to be involved in our community, and I tell everybody all the time, even though we're real estate agents, we still live, shop, go to church, go to the doctor, everything right here in the community. And so we try to be very involved as much as possible. And of course, with the association, we have a diversity committee there at the association, and this was a perfect fit this year when it was approached to us to come in and partner up. And so we're very excited about it, and we're looking forward to it. So we hope that the public will come out as well too, even more so. 10,000 people is a lot of people, so
That's a lot of folks.
That's
Yeah.
right.
yeah, we'd like to see even more come down, but there's more to it. So we talked about the food, just briefed on that. Somebody hit on that just a little bit. So how does that work a little bit with the food? How does that work?
So we have several vendors. In fact, as I said, this time it's really the most number of vendors that actually registered. We already closed our registration last Friday, and people are still asking for spots.
Wow.
We are really had an overwhelming response this year. It's almost double the number of booths.
Oh, wow.
So we have non-food and food vendors. They put up the tent, and then of course there will be different ones, either cultural vendors or restaurants or professional businesses.
Mm-hmm.
So you could taste anything from around the world, really, from Korea, Japan, Mexico, India, Palestine,
Wow.
Honduras, Venezuela. Name it. You name it. We have it here. So you don't really have to go to LA to experience this. It's really the world in our own backyard.
In our own backyard. Yeah, that's just really neat. So we one of our past presidents is Italian, and if I've heard it once, I've heard it about 1 million times that was the one food that you didn't have there was an Italian. So we said, well, you know how to fix that, right? So
That's right.
we'll see. They're a sponsor now. I saw them on your new sponsor sheet down there in the corner. So we'll see if Larry's going to put his mouth where his taste buds are and bring some Italian food with him, because I know he cooks it all the time. So,
Hopefully.
but now we'll be one of the non-food booths. Sorry to say, but we're not going to have anything there, except for stuff we'll be handing out. So we'll be handing out a lot of our magazines, our home search magazines. We'll have a lot of those we'll be handing out, and then we're also going to be handing out things about fair housing and stuff like that that we feel like that everybody needs to know about. So
Yeah, there are a lot of informational booths as
Yes.
well. The 70 booths at least that we have, half of those or more than half of those are food. So
Wow.
that's really quite interesting. I need to tell everybody that it's double the amount
Yep.
of what we had last year.
Right,
alone.
right.
You fill up pretty much all of the downtown square area then.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, it's beyond. That's why we're kind of have to really, right now people are still asking, but we really have to close registration till we
Sure.
really know if we could accommodate more and more folks.
Six years ago, what was the underlying motivation to make this happen?
Yeah. You want to talk about it a little bit
Well,
again?
that was very interesting. When we start this, we was invited from the mayor Gaze, to be in a part of one of the Season of Unity communities.
Yeah.
And then we came with this idea: why do we don't do something else? To embrace all the cultures. So it's how we started. We proposed this to our mayor, and he said, "Well, let's try it. Let's do it." And it's how we started. The purpose is to embrace, like I just mentioned it. To embrace all the cultures, to encourage them to come and invest in this town. Come and live and work, and do their best lives here in downtown, in this Jackson.
Most of us are, immigrants. Some of us have not lived in Jackson.
Right.
Did not grow up here, and for most people, if you don't realize that, if you are an immigrant, I've been in the United States over 25, 30 years, but if you are new, what you experience is you miss home.
Yeah.
You
Oh, I'm
miss what
sure.
is home,
Yeah.
what is the flavor, what is the air, what is the music. So this is the time really for international people to get together and experience home, and also sharing it with the community. And I think we're learning from one another. I think, with the way things are happening these days, this is a good forum for everybody to get together, be happy, experience food, art, music, and history of other people.
I'm just curious, and I don't know whether you would know this or not. How many nationalities are represented in the population of Jackson, Tennessee? Do you know right off the top of your head?
Yes. Yeah, Mayor Giss did mention that in the past. It's over 100 cultures.
Really?
wow.
Yeah, so we don't know that, because the thing is, what happens is, if you are an immigrant or considered foreign,
Yeah.
sometimes you are shy to go out and tell people who you are, where you came from.
Sure.
But this one special day that we've had, in fact, last year we were given the proclamation by Mayor Gist that it's a way for you to go out, be yourself, and see the other people, talk to them, experience their food, experience their culture.
Right.
This is a way for all of us to be together, really.
I'm looking
Yeah.
at a schedule. 11 a.m. is the Parade of Cultures, and that will be where? In front of the City Hall, or?
Okay, so we're gonna start 10 o'clock.
10
It's
o'clock,
gonna be
okay.
the first performance where the people should be there at 10 o'clock.
Right.
But the Parade of Cultures is gonna start 11 o'clock.
Okay.
So from 11 o'clock to probably about 12 is gonna be the opening ceremony. And then we're going to have the Chinese Dragon and the Brazilian Gross, all the main performances.
Right.
But I think you don't want to miss the 11 o'clock Parade of Cultures.
Yeah, that-
because
I'm-
it will be beautiful.
I'm
Yeah.
sure everybody will be dressed in their native wear and
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
yeah, and showing their best.
Yes.
That's
Yeah,
right. That's a
absolutely.
good time to see, and with their flags. You
Yeah,
know,
oh, yeah,
so it's
yeah.
very symbolic too. When we go when the group, each country will walk with their flags in their national costumes or attire, and there will be description of what they represent, what country they represent, and at the very end, at the stage, in front of the stage, the flags, their respective flags, will be accepted by the mayor
Oh,
of
man.
the city.
Yeah.
So, which is
That's
very
great.
symbolic for
Yes,
a foreign
it is.
country, really.
Yeah,
That's
and from a
amazing.
real estate background, that is something that we've known, but a lot of people don't realize what a diverse culture that we have in the Jackson, city proper and Madison County area. I didn't realize it was 100, but but we know because we deal with them when we're out, and all the different cultures, and it's really. You just learn stuff. I had a customer one time whose wife was Japanese, and a real sweet little family, and they were getting ready to move to Oregon, and she was really concerned, not about moving to Oregon, but about the fact that she was having to leave her group of Japanese ladies that were being transferred in here with their husbands to work at some of our plants that did not speak English, and so that's what she was doing, and they would get together as a group and she was helping them with that. So she was worried about them, about who was going to lead her little group, and it was a pretty good size. I say little group. It was about 13 ladies that were in that group that she was over, and that's the first time that I really got to thinking about the different cultures. And then of course one of my absolute best friends is also from the Philippines as well too, who was a real estate agent. And so just you just learn over the years just the different cultures that are out there, and how people and things that people have to go through, and like you said, missing home, which is something that if you've been born and raised here, you probably just don't ever really think about a whole lot, but I can see where that would be a problem for people that are moving into the area here.
Yeah, just a bit of history too. I was past president of the West Tennessee Filipino American Association. That was 2013, 2014, and during that time, I realized too that people feel homesick.
Yeah.
So that's why we have activities or events that promote we promote cultural events rather. So something like this is more international. So this is really have a bigger impact than just one little country. So you go beyond outside your boundaries really to reach out to people.
Yeah, I haven't seen this yet, so I'm really looking forward to it. But when I go to the National Association of Realtors conventions, the big one that they always have in the fall, which this year is going to be in San Francisco, they do that every year. That's like one of the big parts of their big opening ceremonies. Are all the different countries that are actually represented at the National Association of Realtors, and they do a parade of flags, and they come out with their flags, and and it's really something to see. If you've ever watched the Olympics on TV and they're bringing out that's what it kind of reminds me of.
Yes.
And it's just really a special time when you see. Of course, my favorite thing is to try to guess the flags when they bring them out to see how good my knowledge is on the flags that come out. So now you had something else you were showing to me this morning, and tell us a little bit about this.
Yes, part of the events that we have done for the Jackson International Food and Art Festival is doing the art and poetry contest. Because in the beginning, as I said, it was just food, art, during one day for that particular day. But we wanted to involve everybody. That's why on the second year, really, of the festival, we added a kids zone. So, that's in cooperation too with the fire department and different first responders. On top of that, we wanted to have the students of Jackson-Madison County to know more about cultural diversity. So we sponsored this event called Art and Poetry Contest. This is the third year. It's a competition from of the different categories or different levels. Writing poetry and also doing artwork for the elementary, middle school, and high school students. We have postponed our deadline. Deadline should have been last Friday, September 13, but we wanted more students to be involved. So the deadline will be September 20th at the Jackson Arts Council. So they could drop off their artwork at the Jackson Arts Council. And for their poetry, you could find more details about it again in our website, www.jifaf.com. It's not just a competition. You will win some prizes too.
Sure.
Prize money, and also the winning entries will be displayed. Your parents will be proud of you. They will be there at the festival.
Oh, that'll be fun.
That sounds like a lot of fun. Well, real quick, while we got a quick little break here, let's send it back over to Jimmy real quick to talk about our sponsors.
Yes, indeed. The show is The Voice for Real Estate. It's every Monday at about 10:15 here on 93.1. Presentation by the Central West Tennessee Association of Realtors, but sponsored by three great sponsors, and we really appreciate their input. They were chosen because they have a stake in the real estate market. They are, I guess you would call them ancillary entities in a real estate transaction.
That sounds great, Jimmy. That was a
that
good
up.
job.
You like that one?
I did. I like that.
Leaders Mortgage Services. Of course, we always talk about them because 99.9%, I think, these days of a mortgage transaction is going to have some money infused into it. Not many cash ones out there these days, are there?
No, there's not. Well, not unless they're investors. So
true.
That's about it.
But they can walk you through the maze of all of the mortgage products that are available now. We said over the past, it used to be back in the day you had conventional FHA and VA, and that was about it. That's not the case now. They can tailor a mortgage to fit your needs. They can tell you exactly what you can afford to spend and send you out to look at the proper housing and not have to look at stuff that you can't afford or wouldn't want to look at anyway.
That's right.
So that's a good way to start. First, get your letter of commitment from them, at Leaders, and then go out and search for a house with a good qualified
realtor.
Right.
That's correct.
When you get to the closing table, you'll have to have that property insured, and Angie Hooten Hughes, our local agent for Allstate Insurance, can take care of that. She can also package your car insurance, your life insurance, your umbrellas, whatever the case may be. They can do it all. They can look at it, put it together in one neat package, save you a little time and a whole lot of effort, and you will be in good hands with Allstate. 668-1990 is the local number. Angie Hooten Hughes is the agent for Allstate. And then, of course, you have to get the attorneys involved because there are legal ins and outs that need to be addressed. And we always recommend Bird & Bird. They've been doing it in this market since 1985. They know all of the ins and outs, whether you're an investor, a buyer, a seller, a builder, a lender. They can take care of business for you. That's the last guy you need to see sitting across the table from you, because he knows all the goodies about what you're about to sign.
That's right. He does.
That's right. Charles Bird is the man. 424-7188. Our sponsors for The Voice for Real Estate.
All right. Thanks, Jim.
Quick
Appreciate
and
it.
painless.
All right. If you just tuned in with us, we have Dr. Sandra D. and Eduardo Morales with us this morning, and they're with the International Foods and Arts Festival that's held downtown Jackson annually. This is the 6th year that you guys done that. Now, something it keeps popping in the back of my mind, and I keep forgetting to say something about it. So correct me if I'm wrong, but this is a sanctioned city event, but the city does not put money into the event. Is that correct? Do I have that right?
No, they
do?
do.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I was thinking y'all sponsorships came like...
It's partly,
Okay.
partly from the city and also through
All right.
sponsors, because it's such a big event.
That's what I was just going to say. That would be a lot to have to do if it was
Right.
just from that. Mm-hmm. So, okay. Well, if you missed it earlier, right now they're kind of full up on the sponsor side of it, but
That's a good problem.
yeah, that is a good. That's what I told her. I
Yeah.
said that's actually a good problem to have. So, but never fear, they're going to check it out, and so keep checking into it. So you'd mentioned you have a website out there. What's that website again?
That's
that you have?
www.jifaf.com. They'll find more information about the history of the festival, and pretty soon we'll be posting the actual lineup of the performances. We mentioned that earlier. We have our headliners for people that are just tuning in. We have the Sirens Dance Collective, who'll be dancing samba, salsa, Turkish fire dance with sword.
Wow. Nice.
We also have the Chinese Dragon coming from Nashville, and also the Mexican band. Dragon dance is very interesting because it's really a very long, dance that involves 12 or 14 people running around, and that's very important for people that haven't seen the Dragon dance. It's usually done in festivities.
Sure.
I'm partly Chinese, so I'm Filipino and Chinese. So in the Philippines, we have those things: Dragon dance, lion dance, for special events like Chinese New Year, Christmas, all the holidays.
Right.
In fact, so that's what we're going to bring this time to Jackson.
Okay, that sounds like fun. Yeah, I'm kind of looking forward to the to watching these events when they go on down there. So,
Yeah.
All right, so it's downtown. I'm assuming you kind of take up the majority of the downtown area. So, is there like a main spot people should look to come in, or how does that work a little bit?
Yes, well, as we just talked, is on the Court Square, but we normally has the performances in front of the City Hall.
Okay. Yep.
So down on that street, it will be like a line, a lot of performances. But this year, across the street from the City Hall, is going to be like all the games from the Army, the Sheriff Department, the Police Department, the Fire Department. So we have a lot of games for the kids.
Okay.
To come and enjoy it. And then on the other street, what's the street?
Liberty.
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 Liberty. On Liberty, we're gonna switch this year all the food booths on Liberty because
wow.
we have a problem in the past with the parade because it gets so crowded of people and it's so hard to cross that line. So people making lines to eat, and so we just change it a little bit. But on Liberty, it will be all the booths, all the vendors. They're gonna find a lot of food from everywhere in the world.
Okay.
I should make mention that the event is free, other than if you want to purchase food and also purchase art, okay, for a nominal fee. But there's no admission fee. It's family friendly, kid friendly. All those things for the kids are free, so they could go there and enjoy themselves all day.
What are some of the other booths that will be set up that you could buy items from each individual culture? Is that part of it also?
Yes. Some cultures have signed up for that they'll be selling, their art, and there's actually Filipino painting that will be there this year.
Wow.
So we have one Filipino artist. She's has a booth this year. We have the Indian group.
Native Americans.
Native
yes.
Americans
They
will
have a lot
have
of
their
stuff.
cultural
Yeah.
Great.
items.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of what else, but there's several, artists that will be there as well.
Excellent.
And
Excellent.
so that's not just food.
So, so this is we call it the Jackson International Foods and Arts Festival. But just talking to some of your other people that help you out, do you have other counties that come in? I know you have acts that come in from Nashville and outside, but you pull in people from a lot of the other counties as well too.
Yes,
correct?
as far as really not just in Tennessee. There are friends from Mississippi and Arkansas even came here before and filmed. The actual festival.
Cool.
So it reaches far and far and wide.
Now we have vendors from Memphis. Some of them come from Nashville and different places. They want to be a part of this festival because they know this is like a beautiful festival, and they want to enjoy it and make money. So that's why everybody is welcome to come and be a part of it.
The video that we saw, I guess was from last year's festival. Do y'all have that on your Facebook page or your
Yes, yes,
website?
uh-huh.
Yeah, if you get the opportunity to go to their website or their Facebook page, and we'll say that again here in a minute, do go in and watch that video. It's just a couple of minutes long, but you can really get a feel for what the event is actually like. And I'm big on color.
Yes.
I'm a under the table artist. I have been forever and a day. So I love like bright colors and everything. And so that is one thing that I noticed right off the bat as soon as the video started is just all the just colors and just people, and like you said, they were wearing their native attire
yeah.
that they wear, and it's just really beautiful to see all that, and and everybody was having a good time. So I'm really excited about going. I'll be bringing my family down there with me as well
Great.
too. And my son came home the other day from school, and he said my Spanish teacher, he's in 6th grade, he said my Spanish teacher told me that there's like this festival thing going on, and if I go down and write a 2-page report, I'll get some extra credit. I said that's great, because guess what, we're going to be there. And he's like, what? And I said, yeah, we're sponsoring a booth. I said, so it's going to be easy for you to write a 2-page report, and we won't go any further than how that conversation went. But but the point is that they're talking about it in the schools and getting it out.
Yes, that's great. And can I plug in one other thing too?
Sure.
We know that the registration has closed, but we would need volunteers. If you want to volunteer and get credit hours, community hours, whatever, you could actually send us an email through our website, and register to be volunteer at the festival. We need a lot of help as well, because we have over 10,000 people attending this, and it will really be good for us. Yeah.
Oh,
Go ahead.
One thing I want to mention, this is opportunity also for business people to come and see the marketing, see the new customers they're going to have in the future.
That's right.
Yeah.
They can
really.
value all these people from everywhere in the world. They can be a good customers to buy a house, to buy insurance, to be a patient on the doctors. It's how I've been met by doctors, my dentists, and so please come and enjoy and see all these people. Meet
Yes.
them. Yeah.
We would definitely encourage everybody to come out and, have a good time while you're down there. So real quick before we leave, what is your website again?
www.jifaf.com and Facebook page, Jackson International Food and Art Festival. We also have an Instagram and a Twitter account.
Okay, awesome. All right, well, I've got a couple of things before we let these two folks leave us here. So real quick, I mentioned it last week that we were having our annual glow run
Yes.
for CWTAR,
Yep.
and I couldn't remember the date last week because I didn't have any information in front of me, but I made sure to get it before I walked out the door.
Don't tell people you use notes.
I know,
Your
I'm
mystique
using
just
notes.
went out the window.
Well, it did when I sat down with you the first day, and I was like, what are you pulling up over there? I thought you just remembered all this stuff.
Oh, yeah,
So
right.
October the 29th is the CWTAR 5K Glow Run and the Wicked Walk, and it's going to be out at Union University again, and registration is at 6 p.m. We will start to warm up at 6:30, and the race actually begins at 7, and the walkers begin at 7:15. If you're interested in that, you can go to our website, which is west10homesearch.com. And or you can get information out of our magazine that's out there as well too. So we've got that coming up, and then also we have we are actually hosting, if you're a chamber member or know a chamber member and like to come along, we're actually hosting business after hours at the board office on October the 24th, and that's from 5 to 7 p.m. And we've got some more things coming up, but we didn't want to bombard or overload what was going on this morning or take away from what we really are here for, is talk about the International Foods and Art Festival this morning. So once again, we appreciate you, Dr. Sandra D. and Eduardo, for being here this morning with us, and we're really looking forward to being there and helping out and seeing what's going on down there. So
Thank you for being one of our sponsors.
Oh, yeah. You're more than welcome.
Thank you. We really appreciate your help.
Oh yeah. We're excited. This is one of our ways for us to help get out there and get in front of everybody. So we're looking forward to it. So with that being said, Jimmy, I think we're done for this morning.
Done. That's September the 28th. It's a Saturday, and that's not that far away.
Not that far away at all.
Less than 2 weeks away. Great day in downtown Jackson. Eduardo and Dr. D, thank you so much for coming.
Thank you very much.
And doors always open. The mic's always hot. So come by and see us anytime you like.
Thank you so
much. We're going to wrap it up for the CWTAR Voice for Real Estate. I'll see you next week if you don't get
I will be
beleaguered in your weekly.
I'm going to be in Florida. My thoughts right at this point in time are to actually come back, but I should be back Monday.
We don't accept any phone calls from the beach. I'm sorry. It'll be a good time for you. 10:44 as we continue on the Mid-Morning Mix on the 16th day of September.